What's going on, y'all? I know y'all can't see me. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You ain't supposed to see me right now. Let me tell you something. But before I even do that, welcome, returning, and new subscribers. This is just gonna be. It says live ethereal energy update, yeah, but it is what Source wants it to be at this moment. So, may you all be well. You know, I miss y'all. There's a lot that is being handled behind the scenes. So when you hear there's a lot more going on than what meets the eye, it's occurring in this very moment. So with that being said, I will be pulling some messages just to see where this is going, but I'm just channeling this through at this moment. But y'all, when it comes to what it is that you are here to achieve, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. But here's where us as a collective are coming into a different space. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. The true key to that entire message is that what you can conceive and believe is based on what you know. The collective humanity has been moving through conceiving and believing things that they don't know, or more so to a state of not knowing that they don't agree what it is, that they are believing in. Okay? So, welcome, Pantera Soul Fam. Welcome. So, we are really in this space of believing what we know. I want you to take a moment and just absorb just that. Believing what you know. Can y'all let me know in the chat if you can hear me clearly? I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. I want you to hear me as clearly as possible, but where you're going to really hear this message is going to come through the heart space. But just let me know if your ears can hear me. Let me know if your ears can hear me, which is also in that word heart. Let me know if your ears can hear me loud and clear. All right, my loves. Thank you. So, yeah, earlier I pulled a message and the card chess came out with Saturn in reverse and the second house coming through. And at the bottom of the deck was Cancerian energy. So here's where I'm going to take you to when it comes to that. A lot of you have been conceiving and believing what you know coming from the womb you've come from. And that's beautiful as it is. It's perfectly designed that way, especially if you are the one who is to shift, you know, what it is and where it is that you come from in this physical realm. Also in connection to the cosmic, ethereal, universal, galactic, and beyond. So a lot is changing for all of you. It's going to continue to, but right now it's going to happen at a much rapid rate. A much rapid rate. Some of you are fully, you know, accepting what you came here to do. And Source is telling me to let some of you know when you leave here, don't make that your business. That's not the space, that's not the realm that you come from when you leave here. because you may have whoever I'm speaking to right now, you may have a much bigger mission as an immortal source that you are. You have a much bigger mission as the immortal source that you are. Yes, you can transform yourself into so many different things. 440 on the timer right now. Some of you are going through certain experiences with your body where you're releasing a lot, which means that you're going to feel what that release is. Very similar to a mother giving birth or delivering her child. Her body goes through pain. But then I'm going to take it into this other space now. That pain has been taught. A lot of what is considered pain has been taught. Going back to, once again, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. But do you know what it is that you believe in? If you were never told, okay, if a woman was never told that when she gives birth, she will have pain, she won't have pain. She won't. And I know this specifically from certain experiences where pain is supposed to exist, and I tell myself, with deep intention, you're fine. This pain is power. It's very similar to channeling the sound of a thunder. It can get very loud. It can get to a point in its intensity and its vibration and frequency that it'll start to make your heart chakra flutter, and in a way that'll shift you into a lower vibration. But that same thunder is making your heart tune into a lower vibration, but that's not really the case though. What you're really feeling at that point is love. Notice that when you go through this spiritual journey, what awakens you is what we call trauma, a catastrophic moment, because that's when you bust wide open when it comes to that heart space. But that aspect of it is coming more from a pain perspective until you recognize the power. Once you recognize that power, that what was intended from someone who does not know to be pain, when it gets to you, when it comes to you evolving into your higher self, it won't even go back to where it came from. It won't even go back to where it came from because it knows it has to dissolve and transform itself back into love, its original state. You want to talk about power? You want to talk about real return back to sender? A real return back to sender will transmute that energy back into love, that it has to come back as love. You're the consciousness and awareness behind all of these energies and frequencies that are going on out here. So, hey, loves. Grand evening. Welcome, Pantera Soul fam. So, yeah, 444 on the timer right now. Make sure you're getting out in the sun, re energizing yourself. Don't make no excuses for yourself. The same way you're mindful of charging your phone, charge yourself. That's going to be very important coming into this wonderful eclipse season. Some of you may have noticed that as we approach this eclipse season, in the axis of Libra and Aries, partnership and the self. There's certain things you're doing that reflects what you no longer tolerate. And this is all going into sending an energy back into where it came from, its origin, so that it has to be reborn back into love. Okay? So if there is ever an instance where you feel as though you have to express yourself to someone from your higher self's perspective, go ahead and do so. Go ahead and do so. But key word here, words, higher self perspective, not the ego. Because whenever you feel this vibe to say what it is that you have to say, make sure that whatever it is that you say, this person has no choice but to shift into their higher self. That's not going to be everybody. So for some of you, there's certain things you may want to say that you have nothing, you therefore have nothing to say. This is more so reflection back onto you as to what it is that you have within you that needs to shift. And if it's not something that's within you because you surpass that, then this is obviously something that you would have to disconnect from without using the energy of your verbiage to express yourself. Some of you are in certain contracts you need to let go of. Let me tell you something. If you really want to experience what this universe has to offer at this point to each and every one of you, each and every one of us, anything and all things that are not fully supporting you has to go. It will go because you're going to be presented with a situation where you're going to be met at a crossroads. There's no running away from that anymore. There's no running away from that anymore. This is why it's highly advised that you step into love so you can recognize these situations so you don't put yourself back into a lesson that's going to be infinite fold on you because you know better. If you on this channel, you know better. You know what you got to do. You know what you've been doing. You know what you have to up the ante when it comes to what you know you got to do what you've been doing. So with the chess card and Saturn showing up in reverse in the second house, some of you could be a Taurus rising, or a Taurus could be of significance, or your finances, the way you handle it when it comes to people around you. I'm also now what's coming in is it's I just came from a walk actually, and I heard Source through me say the hermit thought was the hermit, but you all the hermit, the definition of a hermit is you. Listen, being in hermit mode allows you to see you. You really want to see you? This is where you will have to disconnect, unplug yourself from situations that isn't you, is not you. And that's more than okay. And even more so when you do so to see the responses that you receive from taking care of you. Because until you do so, you won't even recognize that your energy is being pulled on. And that's part of the journey as well. So you can recognize it and you know, see where you have to set a boundary so that way you're not going through that experience over and over and over again. Now, some of this is happening in a 12th house manner, in a hidden fashion, where this is something that your parents, grandparents, great grandparents couldn't shake off. This message, this part of it, is for those who you are experiencing the life you want to live, but you have moments to yourself where you're wondering, where does this feeling come from, where you feel as though that something is just not it, or it's not right, it's not divine, right, in terms of right hemisphere of the brain. It's not fully connecting and merging with the logic and the intuition that you know best, because it's you that is carrying this knowledge, this knowing. But what's coming from that has a lot to do with what's in your blood and what you are reconstructing through that blood, through your actions, through your thoughts, through your feelings. Here we go to the other part now. The message has been for a while to connect to your feelings and your thoughts. Your feelings and your thoughts, keywords being yours. The feelings and thoughts are all fine and dandy, but yours. Is it yours that you are feeling and thinking of? Because some of you have thoughts about what others think of you, and that's what's creating the feeling. It's a synthetic feeling. It's not natural, it's synthetic. So, in order to truly feel what you feel, you have to let go of the thoughts of others and the way they think of you. Some of you may even tell yourself, that's what I am doing. How much of your thoughts is being processed by someone else's thoughts of you? And how much of it is really having to do with who you are, your own thoughts and connection to source? How belongs to source. So are these your thoughts or thoughts of others' thoughts of you? Because that's going to generate more of your feeling. And that feeling is going to push you away from your heart rather than you thinking of your thoughts and not worried about, or not even so much worried. But some of you probably aren't worried. And this is why these thoughts come up. But letting go of what others think of you and you think of you, so you can fully connect to the way you feel. You want to change the dynamic of your life? Think of the way you think, not the way you are thinking or have been thinking based on the way others think of you. Because until you recognize it, a whole bunch of that will take over your thought process, the way others think of you rather than you thinking of the way you think of yourself. Until then, you naturally connecting to those feelings, those raw, cosmic, ethereal, sourceful feelings that belong to you, until you can connect to your own thoughts and not what anyone else thinks of you, then and only then will you be able to connect to your feelings, when you start to think the thoughts that you think, not what others think of you. Because that's the silent battle. That's one of the that's is quite the competitor to stress. But once you get out of that competition mode, but you know what? Because when we're really looking at the essence of competition from a heart space, you're going against the opponent that is going to show you more of you. So you can look at this more as your polar opposite. It's not a competition. We call it that, but it's more so a challenge for you to see where your strength is and what you are capable of overcoming. How much wisdom do you have to put it into effect from what you've experienced? You know? So let me just see what some of these astrology cards are saying. I will see y'all soon. I just had to come and do a check in. It was definitely time because I'm not moving unless Source says Go ahead. Mm-mm. No. However, if you are a member to the channel, you yeah, you definitely getting messages because that's the space for that. We have Aries coming out. So with the zodiac sign coming out, Aries rules the first house of I am that I am. The message is clear as day right now. You have to be mindful of two things: what you say after I am, and the people that you have surrounding you, what they say after I am. Some of you are being placed into leadership positions to shift that energy, to give people that aha moment. And how you know? You may be surrounded by certain people or frequencies that what they say after I am literally puts a curse on themselves. You're well aware of what to do when it comes to that because you know every word or words are spells. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Wherever you are at right now, 4, 5, 6 on the clock is where you're supposed to be to rise, to expand. Spring is coming. Well, spring is already here. If you just watch nature, she's showing that it's already here. So this is where you're shaking yourself out of that cocoon. It's painful, ain't it? Some of you are feeling sore. Some of you are feeling sensations through your body where you asking yourself, what in the entire fuck is this right now? Baby, you got your wings now, okay? You have your wings now. And we are approaching Aries season. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tomorrow? What's today? See? Hurts more than they expect. Yeah, yeah. You can so what's happening is the shedding of what for many generations many have been wanting to do, but the only piece of the puzzle that was missing was that hermit mode factor, that will to say, listen, I love you, but I got to do this for me. But that me is also doing it for everyone else around you, whether they recognize that. But the journey is more so about you and source and the way that power is generated and the way it radiates amongst everyone that is supposed to be near you. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Huh. I just picked up the Zodiac Intuit Oracle deck, and the card of Eclipse came out, which is a two of Aries energy, two of Wands energy, which is a Mars and Aries. The eclipse message says union of opposites, event, mask, upstage, camouflage, overshadow, loss of power. Yeah, I could, okay. What source is saying about this loss of power is what you thought was power before. You have to go through this moment of sudden darkness for you to be for real power to be revealed to you. Real power is going to put you in a position where you're going to see as to why, you're much calmer in situations. You're not as reactive to situations. And if that's not where you are at right now and you're in this message, it's because you're about to be. You're about to be. Number 6, what is the infinite love shows up? Anemkara. 26. And the what is that? The Kippers deck 26 is fortune. It's the fortune card. Eclipse Anamkara. There's some contracts that have to close, and the soul knew to come back into this specific moment in time on this earth, in this earthly realm, to close out a cycle. So what some of you are feeling through your body, because this is a Six of Taurus card, is a certain habit that is literally shaking itself off of you. Now this habit is connected to fear, anger, grief, lies, guilt, shame, attachment. You're going to feel that, especially if you have chosen to take on the journey to shake it off. The lotus. You chose, whoever's in here, you chose, what they're saying is you chose the path of a lotus. You chose to be the one who cleanses yourself in connection to source out of the mud. Some of you also have to be ready for the moment where you're going to be so appreciated by so many around you, but that's also a traumatic space in your life in terms of, allowing yourself to be appreciated because you were so underappreciated for so long. I'm not talking about just this life. May 5/1 May Day is on the time. 501. Yeah, there's a major change that's coming when it comes to you allowing yourself to be appreciated. So whatever this is that you're shedding right now and what you're feeling through your body is connected to you being able to feel that appreciation. Because as long as you hold on to wanting to protect yourself, it's creating this shell. So what's happening is there's the breaking of the shell that's been surrounding you at all this time. And I'm not just talking about just this moment that you've been here, because whoever y'all are in here, I know I connect people who got a connection to their past life. Hold on. Okay. So um let me see something. Where is let me go get this past life deck. Where is it? I want to see something. Hold on. Where is that deck of cards? Ooh, okay. Okay. Give me 1 second. Is it that? Yeah. Okay. Just saw the heart chakra in another deck. So, mm. Persecution and inquisition. Some of you have been hiding your gifts because of a deep fear of being persecuted or questioned about what it is that you do. hmm Hold on. Monk or nun. Religious factors are at play, and now I'm seeing that uh what is that? Lover's Oracle? No, not you know what I'm talking about. Where it says religious factors are at play. That card. And baby came out. Imprisonment or slavery. Yeah, there's definitely a deep fear of that's being released. And that fear blocks your root chakra. So this is where your stability is being affected. Your independence is being affected by this. Hold on. Okay, let's see. That's why Aries is showing up here too. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. This is definitely connected to someone that you've been connecting with, an ancestor as well, because I just saw the coughing card. You're clearing out a whole lot of karma here. That number 19 showed up. You have the keys to do so. A honk just went off outside and it's 5:05 on the clock. Concern 33. Yeah, some of you could be 33, a life path number 33, life path number 6, born March 3rd or March 3rd is significant to you. Pisces season is significant to you. The 12th house is of importance to you, which means there's a lot that's been hidden. Let's talk about this in the form of biology. This would have to do with the bacteria or something that is hidden within the body that causes you to move a certain way. Wow. I'm gonna just show y'all this right now. See that? This is what's showing up. You see that? I just said 26 was the Great Fortune card, and it shows up at the bottom of the deck. See that? 3137 as I'm showing you this. Okay. So that's what's hidden is great fortune. Under that, we have occupation. Some of you are being placed in certain positions when it comes to career. Your path as far as entrepreneurship has to do with, okay, just put it this way. You would be a Harry Potter or a Dumbledore around people who wish they could speak to someone that was a Harry Potter or a Dumbledore, but they don't realize that you Harry Potter and Dumbledore put together. But your path is not to get them to see you. Your path is more so to just help them shift in a way that they have been. This would be you making someone's wish come true by you just being you. Making someone's wish come true by you being you. I feel as though that's more, that's a little bit deeper than being someone you wish you had, because now you're in a position to do that. You're doing that. One aspect of it is asking yourself, what can you do to be that person? Some of you are in a position right now, as we speak, to be just that, to exercise the law of attraction. And what I mean by that is people have a tendency to complain quite often when they don't recognize that what they prayed for, they're actually living out because of greed. Greed can easily just make anybody, want more and not experience where they are right now and is exactly what they prayed for or step to what they've prayed for. That's the main message right there. Where they're at right now is a step towards what they prayed for. So if there's any form of delay that occurs, it's because you're not recognizing that this particular step that you're in right now in your life is going to get you to everywhere else you want to be. I'm telling you that shit right there from experience. From experience. I'm not telling you something that I don't know. I know it, which is why I believe it and I can conceive it and achieve it. It's being achieved. Whatever it is that you got to get out of your way, get it out of your way, because the universe tests you as to the relationships and partnerships that you want to be in based on what you still have in your life. Don't worry about who it is or how much time was invested in it. That Time is an illusion. It's art. This is why you'll see these monks, they'll create these beautiful tapestries out of sand and immediately as soon as they're done, erase it. It's for a reason. The reason is that time is an illusion. Time is an art. This is why you don't need to worry about when you leave in here. It's none of your business. You can call it in if you want to, easily. You can easily call it in. And you can accelerate that time and space of that trajectory. Or you can live your life. Let me tell you something right now. Because as a white world Bridget Galactic signature, yeah. You know who transcends in peace and in their sleep? Those who don't fear it and they just live their life. They're not leaving here or shifting out of this realm disturbed. That's why this world is the way it is, because there are too many frequencies and vibrations of people who have closed out a cycle of living here in this earth school, but it ended abruptly. 511 on the timer right now. The Hierophant and the Justice card energy showing up. You see? So allow yourself to all you have, y'all, is right now. All you have is right now. Wherever you are at, use it as an opportunity to be the high priest, high priestess, emperor, empress that you are. To be the high priest, high priestess, empress, emperor that you are. I gotta charge this phone. But yeah. Yeah. Let me see what else comes through here. Um, okay. Let me get my deck. Let me get my cards. I ain't been live in a minute though. Shit. Mm-mm. Okay. Fly, baby. Source said fly, baby. Wow. 2355 come out. Let me put them down here. The destroyer. Lord. Okay. All right then. Mm-mm. The destroyer egg cleanse. With the baby showing up there, you have blossoming justice, abundance, revolutionary spirit awakening to deeply rooted ancient abilities through deeply rooted wounds. The destroyer, that's Archangel Michael, and the egg cleanse. 195, 10, and 85. January 9th, May 10th, or 1st of 1985 could be of importance here as well. Okay. So, oh Lord, the destroyer is what they got me focused on right now. Revolutionary spirit awakening to the destroyer within you. So that's you've been on go, but you haven't been a god yet this entire time. Hmm, okay. God, goddess. Don't we not even gonna put this as far as female, male, feminine, no, just God in general. Just what it is. God is. Okay. That's it. Okay. Here's where we at here on this channel. Let me let y'all know this from now. We're stepping into this space of non-duality. Obviously, that's not going to be for everybody. My concern is never and will never be an algorithm, ever. Not here for that. Because where you have the ability and aptitude to connect to and with, technology needs you to be what it is. So, revolutionary spirit awakening to deeply rooted ancient abilities through deeply rooted wounds. I'm going to say that again. Revolutionary spirit. If you look at the word revolution, you'll see the word lover before you see eutionary or eushin. You should love yourself. The lover, your first lover should be you. You can write down the word revolt, and you'll see the word lover there in reverse, which means that you can see now. And I'm speaking from this space of symbolism. The lover's card, its polar opposite is Sagittarius. I see. The lover's card, Gemini, is I think. What you've been thinking, you can now see. If what you've been thinking, you can now see clearly. And some of you have been doing this, which is why you've been manifesting certain situations into your life. But now, when it comes to what it is that you truly within your heart desire, let's talk about that. Because you're recognizing, and it's triggering aspects. What I'm getting is triggering aspects of your sacral and your root chakra to let go of certain things, certain situations that are deeply embedded within, which is what I was saying about that 12th house energy. Things that are hidden, things that are microscopic, things that are energetic, having to do with vibration and frequency. Some of you are really remembering, who you are through a lot of situations when it comes to the people that you meet. But are you taking that into full account? You will be, but you haven't been. So a lot of what you're feeling right now has to do with the shift that you're experiencing right now. 424. That's a Cyrus number for me, as far as my research goes. 424 is a Cyrus. That's the resurrection. That's putting the pieces together so you can see. This is why the spiritual path is not for the faint of heart, because you need your heart. You can't just say that you're gonna do this one moment, and when you recognize what's really happening, you're gonna back out. There's no backing out of this. Ain't no backing out of this. You either gonna do this or you're not, which is why I tell y'all, trying is an insult to doing. You went through an entire journey. If you've been rocking with me from the very beginning since I started posting this journey with y'all, you'll see you'll see how far you've come, how far we all come to even let this come out. There's a major change in habits here with a lot of you. It's egg cleanse. They're saying Mary Magdalene. They're saying Hathor, Bastet. Speaking of. So I went to throw out the trash one evening. And as I was walking back to my place, I see two black cats and what would appear to be an Egyptian mouse. That's why I call them, it was just 4422 on the timer. Two black cats and what appears to be an Egyptian mouse type of breed. And they were just all sitting there. I said, this don't even look real right now. I said, y'all was not here about 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes. 2 minutes is too long. Y'all weren't standing there 30 seconds ago, because it don't take me that long. Actually, I went to go check the mailbox. I went to throw out the trash and I went to go check the mailbox. And there was two black cats and an Egyptian male looking type of cat. And it was just staring at me. I looked back. I didn't have my phone at the time because I really wanted to take a picture. Yeah, no. I really want to take a picture. But yeah, no. Yeah, if you know a cat, they not gonna be there. They was out of there. Mind you, just my hands is itching. Just as I let me tell you something. If you will, let me get them Lyrens is not playing. Let me get a message from the Lyrens. Them Lyrens is not playing right now because my whole body just started doing something. It started doing something. Hold on, hold on. Okay, let me see. Let me grab this little box here. Okay, give me a second. Okay, let me see something. Oh, what's this? Knight of Cups, King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, um, yeah, Ace of Cups. Okay, that clears that up. So there's definitely okay. So the love all of you about to experience, whether this is with another person, with yourself, first and foremost, definitely with yourself in order to attract another person or a certain endeavor that you're looking into. Five of Wands came out, the Emperor and the Eight of Pentacles. Now the Emperor is looking at the Eight of Pentacles. I'll show you right now. You see that? 55. It just showed 155. Now that 155 by itself represents the Ace of Swords, which is very similar to the members message that I saw the other day. The Five of Wands came out in reverse. So with this energy here, with the Five of Wands, the Emperor, and the Eight of Pentacles, you see that green candle representing that heart chakra? That was the lesson learned. Where are you allowing yourself, who you are, to share your heart with? Just put it this way. I'm going to tell you this right now. Wherever you have been is where you were supposed to be. Because if you change any aspect of what you experience, it's going to change where you are at right now. We don't really recognize that. I literally watched a movie. What was it called? It has something. It was called Back to 15. Back to 15 on Netflix. It's a Brazilian movie, but it was called Back to 15. Each time she changed the trajectory of her life when she was 15, it changed the trajectory of her life when she was 30. You know, that's your Saturn return period. When you really step in fully, a bit more into it. So everything that happened in your past, when you say, I wish I could change my past, just know your past led you to right where you're at right now. To even think to yourself that you want to change it. Your question to yourself is, why would you change your past if where you are at right now led you to this space right here? Because if you're in this space right here, I'm not tooting my own horn, but you know yourself. You know yourself. You know why you had to encounter everything you experienced. And that's nothing you should take away from you, or it's definitely not something that anyone outside of you can take away from you. You're you. This is why I say appreciate all these lessons you've had in the past, no matter the intensity of them. Because I don't speak a lot about a lot of the shit I've gone through. That's not, no. Mm-mm. To each its own. You are perfectly made through your experiences. No one shit is better than the other. No. Because what I experience and what you experience, vice versa, we may not be able to handle that. Live your own life. Live your own story. If you are here on this channel, it's because you're supposed to tell your story. You're the only one that probably moves the way you move around everyone you've ever met. I'm glad you're here, though. I love you. I'm glad you're here. But it's now time to be the reason as to why you're here. Because there are other people, each and every one of you, that are connecting to other people the same way I connect with y'all right now. If you can see the significance in that, your whole level of expectance of acceptance of life is it should automatically shift right here, right now. You shouldn't be afraid to do anything, you know. Welcome, Pantera Soul fam. Y'all. Each and every one of you have your own specific missions. I'm not even going. I'm be honest now. It's getting to a point where I have to, I may have to cut out the personal readings, but at the same time, whoever y'all are in here, you heard that honk? I don't know if you did, but 5:26 on the timer on the clock. Yeah, you know who you are. Live your life. Be who you are. Go through your changes, experience life. I talk to angels, I talk to demons, but demons that respect their angels. The demons are very smart. They're very smart, especially the ones that know who their maker is. That's nothing to fear. Never been anything to fear. You have a dark and a light, you have a feminine, you have the masculine, you have demons, you have angels. There are many polarities. There's no such thing as a good or bad or right or wrong. It's cause and effect. Experience your life, my love. That's what you came here for. It's time for you to step into your power. It's time for you to step into your craft with this Emperor to the Eight of Pentacles. Look at this. Speaking of past life energy, you got the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. These lessons, when it came to you trusting your gut, were perfectly designed to build that passion within you. You know? But that's the message right now. I love y'all. I may come back with another message. We'll see. But may you all be well. I miss y'all very much. Okay? But I'll see you on the next message. Ciao.